Hi y'all, welcome back to Mattie's Kitchen. Today I'll be making old-fashioned turkey wings with gravy, mashed potatoes, and also fried cabbage. And I'm gonna do it in steps. First, it's a kind of lengthy video, so please just tune into it. This can be your Christmas dinner. Okay, I'll be using bell pepper, celery, onions, fresh garlic, extra virgin olive oil, salt, pepper, Portuguese season, and some thyme. Okay, y'all, here's my turkey. I'm using the flat part. You can use the leg, the thigh, or the flat part. I like that better. It's up to you now, so don't have to think that you got to use this. So here's my turkey. I'm gonna put my turkey here. And these are the tips. The tips are going for my gravy. It's going in this pan. All my tips. I cleaned up, washed this turkey really good. I couldn't hardly find too much good turkey. If you're gonna do this, you better go get your turkey, because the turkey parts are hard to find, but the whole turkey is not. But if you want to get turkey wings and you like this part, mostly you can find the drumstick quicker than the flats. So these are my tips that I cut off. I cut the tips off the wing. Some salt. I'm gonna start with some salt. Okay, wrong end. Season it good. Should have had a bigger pan. That's okay. I turned it, and I'm gonna do some pepper, but I'm gonna turn this over so you can use a bigger pan if you want to, but I know about how I want to do it. I'm gonna put a little. This is Portuguese season, just a little Portuguese season. Get that turkey taste. Put a little bit on that. Okay, I'm gonna mash it down. And what I'm gonna do is this is extra virgin olive oil. I'm gonna take and rub it over it. See? Turn it over. And I'm cooking in this pan, you should always use a deep pan when you're cooking turkey, because you don't want to drip into, waste in your oven. I like a clean oven, so I always, try to keep my oven real clean. Do this the same way, do both of them the same way. And this is I'm making it as simple as possible. For my YouTube and my family, they act like they love me, and I love y'all too. I'm glad. I'll try to get me some subscribers so I can, continue to cook this food. Okay, I'm gonna put some vegetable around it. When you cook it, gonna steam up in the. At this point, it don't matter if you put it on it, because I can just take it off, once it gets done. Put some onions in here around it, so it can season it really good. Put some celery. A turkey is not good without celery. To me, celery is the main ingredient that you should put on it. Put this around it a little bit. And I'm put some peppers. It don't matter, like I tell you before, I say it all the time, it don't matter about the size, because they're gonna cook. It's gonna take this probably about they said 30 minutes, but I know good and well if it's done in 30 minutes, I doubt it. But it's probably gonna, because it's fresh and that was smoked, it takes less time for smoke. Put a little bit more onions on it. Okay, now I'm gonna put some water in here. I'm gonna do my oven. I'm gonna do 375. And I'm gonna put some water in here. You don't have to, because juice gonna come, but I like to make sure that I have enough water in here so it can cook. And just put a little water at the bottom of the pan. And let me see what else I might put. I might put a little bit more Portuguese season. Just a little bit. It's gonna be good, honey. Make sure, if you never cooked before, follow these simple ingredients. It takes about 15 minutes to prep the food, to cut it up, because like I said, don't try to cut it up, really big. Just throw it in there and Wrap it up and put it in the oven in about 2 hours, an hour and a half. You check it. It says 30 minutes checking. Then after I check it, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna broil it so it can get that crispy a look. And the olive oil is gonna help give you that crispy look. Okay, y'all. I forgot to say about my time. I forgot to mention that. But you know what? I don't care how good you cook, how good a cook you are, you can forget your ingredients. So that's best way to have everything out that you're gonna put in there in the turkey or whatever you cook. And then if you saw that you missed something, then you can go back and put it in. But don't, everything that goes in there, make sure you have it out and you can see it. So I knew I missed the time. I had it sitting right out here, but I forgot to put it in. Then I remember when I covered up the pot, I saw that I had it. So I'm just putting a little bit in there. I'm gonna wrap the pot back up. Put it in the oven. I'm gonna put this top on it so to conceal the aluminum foil, the heat will stay in and cook it quicker. Okay, put it in the oven. The oven not quite ready, but it don't matter. It'll start cooking. Here's a tip that I cut off the wings, so I'm getting ready to, I'm gonna put a little water in first. This is for my gravy, so I'm gonna put some water in here so I can cook. Don't need that much, but you just want it so you can cook it. And I'm gonna put a little salt in here to season the wing, probably the same way I season the turkey, and pepper and a little pork season. Just a little pork season, a little celery in here and let it cook. Onions, so I can season these too, same way. A little garlic. Okay, when you're cooking, you should, I'm not gonna put no time in it. When you're cooking, you should always use fresh vegetables. It makes the food, the seasoned food so good. And it's good for you and it's seasoned them good. And I like my food to be seasoned with, as much fresh food I can get. Some things is not fresh, but most things I use are fresh. Okay, I'm gonna let this cook for a while till it get done. And I'll see you, after that I'm gonna start preparing the potatoes. These potatoes were given to me at the church, for Thanksgiving. They're not the best potato, but they'll do. That's why I could have peeled them, but what I'm gonna do is just cook them whole. I don't have time to peel them. And it's best to cook them whole anyway because all the vitamins that's in it goes right to the potato. It's more healthier to, just put them in here and let them cook. When they get soft, then you can peel them. They're easy to peel. And you don't waste as much, potatoes, because they come right off. Let them start cooking. Put them on high till they start boiling. And what I'll be using mine is I'll be using evaporated milk, canned milk. This is real butter, pepper, and salt. That's all goes in mashed potatoes. You don't need nothing else. Cheese, you just want some plain mashed potatoes because you're gonna have gravy. You're gonna have some gravy, so that's all you need. These are 4 ingredients. And I'm gonna let these cook. And when I come back, once they cook, I'm gonna start with the cabbage. Once they're halfway done, I'll start with the cabbage. Okay, now the third step, I already got the turkey in the oven. I got my potatoes cooked, and now I'm going to start with the cabbage. What I'll be using for my cabbage is onion, cabbage. I cut the cabbage thin, they cut thin. I got garlic, and this is thyme. This is coconut oil, liquid coconut oil. Now you don't have to use this because this really do cost quite a bit. And you can use butter. You can also use vegetable oil or olive oil. And I got salt and pepper. And this little meal is for a person who never cooked before, and it's easy. You know how to cook a little bit, but you want to make a good Christmas dinner. So, you should just follow my instructions. And my audience is never, I have people like over 60 and over 60, but I want to bring in the people 25, 30, 18 or whatever. I want to bring them in. So that's why I'm showing you how to cook a full. This can be your Christmas dinner, y'all. It's cabbage, mashed potatoes, and gravy, and turkey wings, which is good. So I'm going to start with some coconut oil. So I'm going to put a little bit in here. That's about enough. 'Cause all I want to do is saute my garlic and my thyme, garlic. It's fresh garlic and I cut it up. I'm gonna let these, probably put all these so I can get a good taste. And you see how much garlic it is, about 2 good scoops. And my thyme, I just break it up. See, I just break it up and put it in. You ain't got to worry about cutting it, just break it up and put some in here. And we're gonna let this saute, which is gonna get a good flavor for this cabbage. And you can smell it already. That's a good smell. And this saute, this coconut oil, it really flavors really good. That's what the Jamaicans use, you know, that coconut oil. So follow a little their recipe. And I'm also going to add carrots for color, you know, just for color, fresh carrots. It tastes some too. Now my thyme and my garlic have cooked to side brown a little bit. Now get ready to fold my cabbage in here. Cover it so the pop, you know, hold it in here, let it cook. This is smelling out those that coconut oil and that thyme and garlic is really smelling good. Put it in here. It seems like it'd be a lot, but it's not. Because when you fold it, it's gonna, you know, cabbage shrinks so bad. Don't worry about that. As long as you got a pan to hold it, because I'm gonna fold it in when it get once it starts cooking. And this is what folding means. You're just gonna take and turn it over a little bit, fold it in. And I'm gonna add a little water. So I can stop it. Just add a little water into it. The water can help it cook. Don't put too much water in it because cabbage makes water, full of water. Like all greens have water, but cabbage has the most. I'm folding this in. It went down a little bit. I haven't cooked that much, but it did. It went down. And you see I got them sliced, and you know, you never cooked before. Don't be scared, because you know, I think sometimes, you know, I don't care how good a cook you are, you just get a little nervous. But don't let that bother you, because most time you're cooking for yourself and you'll improve as you cook. I mean, you don't just go in the kitchen and start cooking. You know, it comes with time and age. The older you get, and the more you cook, the better you can cook. So just, you know, don't invite somebody to your house sometime. Don't always go over their house and eat, especially a young one. So it's cooking now. Fold it in. And I'm not going to add my seasoning until that's going to be almost until I get my cabbage together. Start cooking to get it tender. I'll put some more in here. Try to put the green leaves in first, so it takes them longer to cook. See the green one? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a top over this, and so it can steam, so I can add my other ingredients. Sure, you know, cover it. Let it steam a little bit. Okay. And I'll be back with you when it's steamed. That's probably gonna take about a good 2 or 3 minutes for it to. I don't want it to cook. I just wanted to get in the skillet, steam some so that the cabbage can go down and I can work with it easily when it once it's steamed and get a little salt. Okay, now I'm chopped. This is onion and green peppers. I'm gonna put this in here. You need to have this a little spine because it don't take cabbage to get done. It don't take it long to cook, so you just want these to be kind of, you know, small, a little smaller. So I'm cutting them up a little smaller than I normally cook vegetables. Normally I have my vegetables kind of big, but with this, with the cabbage and stuff, just because it don't take cabbage long to cook. So I'm gonna throw these in here when I get through chopping them a little bit. Okay, now I'm gonna throw these in here. Okay, now this is onion and green peppers. See how it went down with the top? Okay. And I can handle it because I have on gloves now. Don't try to pick up a top like this. I'm turn them over some. See how they went down? I'm gonna put these in here and cook some. Okay. And then I'm gonna take my carrots. And this is for color. hold this in here. It don't take cabbage no time to cook on. See, I haven't put no salt or pepper in it yet. That's all you should put in the salt and pepper. That's looking good. I'm gonna put a little butter in here. Put some butter. Get a flavor. So that make it look the butter. This was a stick of butter. Cause how much, and I use 1 cabbage. It was kind of big cabbage. This will feed about, that's a feed about 3 or 4 people, about 4 people. So I'm gonna let that cook. See how that looking good. I made a mess, so I'll clean it up though. So right now, what I'm gonna do is take my carrots, just, put them in here. This is color, make it look good. Let's see how much in here. I'm gonna stir this up again. See how much, and I'm making a mess. See how this cabbage looking? Looking good. Nothing to it. It's just the season you put in. I mean, you got to season it. Try to season like I do so it can taste good. Because like I said, that coconut oil really does. And I had, I've sauteed the thyme and the garlic together. I need a little bit more carrots for color. Not enough. Now, you don't have to put carrots in here because, most people don't put carrots in. But I do for color. Make it look better when you're serving it. Never made a mess like this. I've been getting to see that cat. See how that's cooking? The butter, you can see that butter on it. It's smelling so good, y'all. I put a little bit more of this coconut oil in it, just a little bit for the taste, this flavor, just a little bit. Don't put a lot in there. So just a little bit. If you don't, you can put, like I said, olive oil, but I like the, it's a mess. I like the coconut oil. So it kind of, like I said, costs a little bit, but it tastes good. And it lasts forever. Mess, like I say, because I don't like mess. And put a little pepper in here, some more pepper. And I'm going to cover this right here, and I'm going to get ready to make my mashed potatoes as soon as I clean up this mess. Okay, I'm peeling the potatoes. Now, make sure when you're peeling your potatoes, unless you let them cool off, but you really don't want them to cool too much because it'll be hard to mash if they're cold. So you have to use some gloves on this. Definitely use some gloves. With your hands, take it off. They'll cool a little bit. See, how they broke up. Because some of them was bigger than the other ones. So I'm going to take and peel this like this. I'm taking some of the skin off. And my turkey's doing pretty good. I'm going to look at it in a few seconds before I peel all these potatoes. Okay, I'm mashing the potatoes up with my potato masher, And it was peeled. I'm going to put a little butter in here so it'll make it easy for me to put a little butter. This butter's hot. And I'm going to put a little milk. This is pet milk. I like to use this type of milk instead of regular milk because it make it taste better. I'm just taking mashing. You can put your stove on a little low if you want to so it can stay warm as I mash them. These are homemade mashed potatoes. And I don't like for them to be, I like to taste the potatoes too. So I don't like for them to be all the way cooked. Just a little bit. You want to make sure you're tasting the potatoes. Like I said, the only thing go in here is salt, pepper, and milk and butter. Make sure you use real butter now. Okay. Mashed potatoes. A little bit more milk in it. Don't be so stiff, just a little bit. They're gonna be so good because they are homemade, good butter, real, well, not margarine butter. Okay. A little bit more butter, just a little bit. Okay. Change this pot so once I get them together, I'm gonna put some salt, a little salt in here. Okay, some pepper. Okay. And we got a spoon. Salt. Okay, I'm getting ready to transfer the turkey. It's done enough. I'm gonna put it in another pan. I'm gonna let it brown on each side. And put it in the oven. Put it on kind of high so it can boil. See how good it looks? It's tender. All that seasoning. It's tender. You can look at it and tell it's tender. So I'm gonna put a little. This pan is kind of small. That's okay. We'll do the trick. Okay, I'm gonna take some olive oil. I'm gonna put it on here so it can brown just a little bit. I'm gonna break it with some olive oil so it can brown. You see how turkey be golden brown? That's all you have to do to make it brown. Some olive oil. Okay. And I'm gonna do it on each side. I'm gonna get ready to set this in the oven. I'm gonna set the oven. I'll probably put the oven high. I'm gonna clear it. Let me see, clear. I'll probably put it on broil. I gotta watch it though. When you put it on broil, you have to wash it. Okay, and I'm gonna put this in the oven. And I'm gonna have to turn it on each side so it can brown. I'm gonna put it in here. Like I said, you have to watch. Okay, see how I brown on one side? I'm turning it over. Now that looks so good with that olive oil and let them brown on each side. That's how I get golden brown. See how simple that is? And make it seem like it's hard, but it's not. Turn this over and let it brown on this side. Put a little bit more olive oil on it. Just put it on here. And it's gonna be good because I seasoned it really good and let it brown some more in the oven. I got it on broil, so you know. Yeah, this is how you get the golden. Most people don't know this is how you get the golden brown. Now I'm gonna put it in the back in the oven. I'm gonna cut it down a little lower now, just a little bit. I'm gonna put on bake. I'm gonna put it back set. I'm gonna let it stay to about to 350 and let it come in here and cook a little bit more. Okay, I'm getting ready to make my gravy. I'm gonna put a little flour in this pan. A little pan. I don't need that much. See how my cabbage looking? That looks good. Cut it off. Just wanted to warm up. Put a little flour in here. And I just put a little turkey gravy. You don't have to, because I got the juice from the turkey. I'm gonna put just a little bit in here. Okay. I'm gonna cut the stove on. You see this juice from here? I'm gonna pour this in here from the turkey. These are from the tips. I'm gonna pour them in there. Pour some in here. Let's cook this. Stir it up. Take it off the stove so it's kind of thick. A little more gravy in here. Juice from the turkey. And the chips. And I add a little water. I add a little water. I'm gonna put a little more of this turkey gravy in it, just a little bit. Put a little pepper. You don't need no salt. Just a little pepper. So it look like gravy. Okay, y'all, here's the finished touch. Here's the cabbage, the turkey with some gravy thrown over it. And here's some mashed potatoes. And here's the gravy. I got a little left. There's some gravy I can put on the mashed potatoes. And this is the finished touch. I'm going to fix a plate and show you how it look on the plate. Okay, here's the finished touch of my old-fashioned turkey wings, mashed potato and gravy, and cabbage, fried cabbage. Please tune in, share, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. And this is a Christmas dinner, like I said, for somebody who haven't cooked. This is very simple. It looked like it was complicated, but it's very simple. And may you have a Merry Christmas. Thank you.